Oh boy.
Hawaii.
I just hope we're not too late.
Were you a gamer when you were a child?
How
do you know Sonic?
I was a huge gamer, and I would love to talk video games if you were also, because I played.
Of course.
A Nintendo and Super Nintendo. David Fernandez had Genesis because nobody where I lived in the Bronx was allowed to have two different consoles. That's insane. So I'd go to David's house to play Genesis, and then my neighbor Jordan had N64, and so I would just hop. And then I borrowed my cousin's PlayStation to play Final Fantasy VII. So I played everything I could, but only owned two because you weren't allowed to have more than those two.
Oh, absolutely. I could never, in good conscience, have accepted a directing position on a film like Sonic if I wasn't a big video game fan. Definitely grew up with all the consoles, all the games, all the characters. Sonic very much so made an impression on my 13-year-old self back in '91. And yeah, I've just been so excited to be entrusted with this character, with this world, and to bring him to the big screen twice now.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Of course we knew him. Everybody knows Sonic.
That's right.
My brother was like such a game head, like a video game head. And when he would allow me to touch his controller, I was able to play. But most of the time he would not. But I, would get in there once in a while. But, you just remember this really cool, lovable character running fast. You remember the rings. You remember so many. I just remember being in our room and it was just like, every time he would get to a new level, it was just fun for us. So I think it's very surreal that we're both in this movie, and it's exciting because he's iconic.
Yeah, I grew up with him, and so I feel like seeing him on screen with me and with us, it's just like it's so trippy. It's so trippy.
You rarely come back to a character for the second time. Yeah. What is so special with Sonic that you put this title to your short list of coming backs?
Yeah. Well, in this case, I liked it because it changes. He evolves. He gets more maniacal. He gets more megalomaniacal, and there's a different look. And on the Mushroom Planet, he transforms into the next level of evil. So there's a place to go with it. It's not just the same thing over and over again.
And I can see that this character, you show us such energy, and I'm curious, where do you take this energy from? Because I can see that you, as you said, you also progress on the next level. Like it never stops.
I live off the blood of the youth.
Who's youth?
I wander Vancouver in the middle of the night and take down large animals. No, I don't know. It's really. It's not that easy sometimes. I have a lot of energy. When I love what I'm doing, it energizes me. When I love the people I'm working with, it energizes me. When I'm feeling kind of like dragged out, I can kind of expand my consciousness. I know it sounds crazy LA stuff, but it's really true. I have a belief system that my soul isn't contained within the limits of my body. It's my body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. So I can go there, and that gives me some rest.
I can see it in your work. I see your paintings on Twitter, and they're fabulous. And that's what I want to ask you. You're a painter, you're an actor, you're a director, you're a producer, you're a writer.
And I'm going to be doing some NFTs, by the way. I have some. I'm going to be doing some NFTs. I'm taking my art to another level. I'm doing some painting. I'm doing some drawing, and I'm doing some kind of esoteric musings and existential ideas that I have. I'm kind of putting them all together, for something that I hope will touch people in an uplifting way. And it's going to be on the internet. It's going to be called Magic Hour.
So is there any point of your day that you're not doing anything?
Yeah, I wake up in the morning and I have my coffee and I watch the hummingbirds in my yard and I listen to Gregorian chants.
And we know that it's not the last one because I enjoyed it. I saw the ending. there is a possibility. But I have to ask you, because there was this big problem in the beginning when you guys released the trailer. Can you right now say that it was necessary, that it helped actually the franchise move and become better?
Look, I think it definitely created a dialogue with our fan base and a relationship that we wouldn't have had otherwise. So yes, I think it had a huge effect, a huge positive effect for them to have voiced their concerns and for us to address the concerns and now move forward and really just kind of together celebrate everything that's great about this character and about this sort of world that we're building. So yeah, it was absolutely a tremendously positive.
And how do you create a story out of this game? Because the first one I can understand, it was introduction, so it was a little bit easier for you as a creator to make it, but a sequel has to not expand the characters that we know, but show a different story. So how do you guys scoop a new story for this one that is so appealing?
I think it comes down to character and how do we continue to grow Sonic's character. In the first film, he's a kid just looking for a friend and looking for connection. Now he's a little older. He's had a little time living with Tom and Maddie, and now they're kind of experiencing what lots of families out there experience with his Sonic being a teenager and them trying to guide him, trying to put him on the path to being an adult. And that's very challenging, though. It's very complicated, whether you're a hedgehog or a human teenager. So drawing those parallels, bringing in that very grounded, relatable emotion is such an important part of these movies and something that I was very interested in exploring with the sequel, only because it's so relatable. Everybody's been there. Everyone's been a teenager trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. And so it is really great material to tell a story with.
So, like me, you grew up with Sega, with Sonic, and you know that there are plenty of characters to pick on. So, what other characters would you like to bring to this franchise without spoiling the ending of the second one? But
well, that's kind of hard to do because it absolutely does spoil. So without getting into specifics, I absolutely agree. 30 years this character of Sonic the Hedgehog has been around. There's such an incredible library of characters to bring in, to tell stories with. So it really is an embarrassment of riches. And I'm so excited about the possibility of getting to do more movies, tell more stories. And yeah, just keep working our way down the list because fans all have their own favorites. And so it's so exciting to the idea of continuing to build out the Sonic movie world, the movie universe. So yeah, hopefully much more to come.
And squeezing my last one. Do you like to stick with Eggman as a bad guy for future installments, or you have somebody else in mind? As we said, these characters have plenty of them. So.
Oh my gosh, I have such a blast working with Jim Carrey. It would be almost impossible for me to imagine making a Sonic movie without him. But we're just enjoying this movie release, and we'll see. I think audiences are going to have an amazing time with it, and then yeah, we'll hopefully have the opportunity to start thinking about other stuff. But Robotnik is the ultimate Sonic villain, and what Jim has done with this film, with both films, it's just genius. And I know fans are going to just absolutely love it.
All right, so the epic question: who's bigger, Mario or Sonic?
Oh, I mean, it's Sonic. Hello.
Cannot do that.
That's an easy question. It's not. There's no
I had
comparison.
to do it.
No comparison.
I had to do it. And talking about Sonic 2, your characters are both more evolved in this chapter. You have more to say. So, Tika, first to you. How did you like the expansion of your character in this one? That actually you have some action to do.
Amen. They listened to me. No, Jeff Fowler and, Toby Asher and Neil Moritz, I definitely, said, hey guys, we'd love to do more if you have us back, and I just feel like women in general sometimes kind of get the, the phone call or, on the phone the whole time. And I'm like, no, we want to be part of it. And so they really took and listened, and they knew that we could do it, and they thought we were important enough to the story. And I'm just grateful that we have people who think we're good enough to do that and know that we are, and we're talented enough. So just glad that they took a cue and said, let's do it. Let's write them in and be more active. And so I think it paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Natasha, your character, because in the first installment you were only tied to a chair.
That's right.
This
That's right.
You actually
Very important, though.
ass.
Very important.
Yes. My battle is with bladder control and my daughter in the chair. But I'm so excited that we get to see her in action, and it's such a cool opportunity too, because I do think the infusion of sort of the feminist power in this sequel is so exciting to see, because gaming is not just for boys, it's for girls too. And I think to be able to see two strong women who are sisters rolling up their sleeves and getting involved, I think that's going to be fun for audiences to see and the audience to relate to.
Especially that your character has so much anger that she can actually release this time and focus on some of the people. I will not spoil on whom, but some of the people actually get hurt by your character, and it's so refreshing when you see that.
Yes, it's definitely it's refreshing, I think, for audiences to see that I don't have that pent up anger. It has somewhere to go.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
So we're going to the final question. How do you want your characters to evolve in the third installment, if you get one? How much further do you want to go?
I mean, look, I heard that there's going to be a lot going on. I'm like, use us. Use us. Let us do more action. Let us be more part of the story more. I mean, whatever way they need to use us, let's do it to get the job done. But I think we've proven that girls too can do some action.
Absolutely. I mean, I trust Jeff with everything.
Yes.
I feel like anything he asks me to do, I'll do, because he has such a clear vision for this world and has just used us so strategically so far. And so, yeah, I'm down to clown. So we can call the next one Sonic 3 Rachel's Revenge.
Yeah, I love that.
Be honest, you just want to slap Jim. I know that.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it.
So you didn't have any problem to go to your inner Sonic voice and put it out there to the character.
That's exactly right. I've been waiting for this moment since I was 10 years old.
So what was your favorite moment when you saw it actually on the screen, how it looks, how it moves, or during the shooting and giving the voice to the character?
It was, one of my, listen, when I got the role, I did the test for the role first. I did a 5-minute test to try to sell the movie. And then when they said, we want you to play the character, that was one of the most exciting moments of my career. I remember exactly where I was when Jeff said, hey, you're going to be Sonic. It was very emotional and lovely. And then I think another big one for me was when we went to the premiere and I watched it fully done, fully animated, fully everything. Jim Carrey is over there and Jeff is over there and James Marsden's there and Tika's there. And I watched it and I got emotional because you see you're a part of something huge and the audience is going crazy. And it was a very incredible moment to see. Anytime I do a voiceover, it's so fun to do it in the room, but then to see Dewey Duck talking to Scrooge or Leonardo talking to Splinter, and now it's Sonic talking to Robotnik is it blows your mind. It's so cool. So to actually see it all done is a big one for me. I love it.
Yeah, I can see that you're actually achieving your children's goals.
There you
you
go.
are inside of what I was doing as a child, thinking it would be cool to be inside. You're inside in every major IP that I wanted to be. And I envy you, really, man. I envy you.
What's the next one you want me to do? What's the one that I haven't done yet that you want me to do? What's the IP?
Mario.
You want me to play Mario?
Screw Chris Pratt. Yes, why not?
Oh my God. But then if we do the Olympics game, it's going to be me versus myself.
I think you can actually pull it off.
Okay, all right. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
And I'm very humble to you because you also play very good the dramatical roles. One of my favorite movies with you is Standing Up, Falling Down.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited that it made it over there and that you liked it. That makes me so happy.
And for me it's brilliant. It's very touchy. And I can see that you guys combine a little bit in Sonic, because this movie also touches older viewers and children viewers. It has those touches that you actually feel something inside. It's not only an entertainment. And are you looking for such a projects, or you're just lucky to get them?
I am so happy you watched that. I always, when I live here, you don't get to see what other countries get these films and what people are getting connected to them and stuff like that. So that makes me so happy that you saw that. And one of the big things I try to do with my voiceover is try to bring heart and realistic moments to Sonic. So when he hits the comedy, they're funnier. And then when he goes through a real thing, when he feels lonely or sad or some of that, you feel those as well. For me, I look for things like that and look for moments like in the after party. I get to kind of I was in a musical, and then I got to have dramatic moments and more stuff in this Renfield movie. I'm in a Dracula movie where I get to kick some butt and stuff like that. So I do look for those things, but I have been really fortunate that creators like Chris Miller had seen some of my dramatic stuff. And he said, we want to put you in this. We know that you can both be funny and you can be dramatic, and we're going to use both of those in the after party. So it's like, it's been really fun that people find these movies that sometimes don't get big audiences, and they can see me flex or stretch out a little bit more about what I can do. And then they want to keep giving me roles like that. So it's really been fun.
So quick, tricky question. Yeah. Who is a better comedian for you, Jim or Bill Crystal?
Oh, they're both legends. There's no way. They're both people I looked up for my entire life. City Slickers was enormous. Watching Billy host the Oscars when I was a kid, he just feels like he's in your room with you. And then Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber, to me is a top 5 movie of all time. So I think they're both legends in their own right. And the idea that I get to have conversations with either of them still blows my mind. I feel so lucky.